Hello and welcome back to the Orlando Adventures podcast. I'm your host, Russ, and today's episode is the expensive Disney hotels one. So it might be a little bit of a intriguing title. Some of you might have looked at this and thought, what does he mean by expensive Disney hotel? Is he getting at the point that Disney hotels are expensive? Is he getting at the point that there are expensive Disney hotels? Well, basically, obviously, I started this series, I think it was about a month ago, maybe just over, and I did the cheapest hotels in Orlando one. And what I was planning on doing, so this was my original plan with this episode, I was going to do the most expensive hotels in Orlando one. However, from the research that I have done, I looked up hotels, and the ones that came on top were all Disney. At which point, I had to pivot a little bit. I had to pivot and lean into Disney hotels and the expensive ones. So that's kind of where we are. We're basically at a point where I was going to do a top five. I was going to do the 5 most expensive hotels in Orlando. All of them came out as Disney. So let's just do a Disney list, So what I'm going to do, I basically have done a search, and I've done a search in a couple of different places, and it's difficult because obviously prices are always subject to change. The prices are going to change depending on what time of year you go, how long you go for, how many people, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of factors, but obviously I can only do it in the parameters that I've kind of set myself to do this episode for you guys. So I have looked at the first week of July. So I think it's the first Sunday in July, going for 2 weeks. So this is a 2-week stay outside of school holidays. Okay, so that was one of the main things. I could have made this more expensive because I could have basically looked for probably Christmas or Easter. I could have looked for basically the most expensive times of year in the holidays, and I probably would have come up with something ludicrous. And don't be wrong, the stuff that I have come up with is not far off. So, there's some of them might not be a surprise. That's the main thing. They might not be a surprise because a lot of these resorts are places that we've probably all seen. We've probably seen, or we've been to, or we've had aspirations and dreams of going to all these places. And that's as much as anything why I wanted to make this episode, because going to Orlando, it is a dream, isn't it? It is an absolute dream come true that we get to go to this amazing place and we get to go and enjoy the magic of Disney or Universal and go and stay in this wonderful place and experience that is Orlando and Florida. So to have all of these kind of amazing hotels in Florida as well, themed to Disney or at least close to Disney, or in a situation that you can walk to Disney or even see Disney, if you know what I mean. So basically, that's where I've kind of gone. That's the idea that I've got. That's what I'm going to run with. So basically, we're going to go from number 5 up to number 1. And just as a bit of a precursor, all these hotels that I get into can be even more expensive. And I think I said that with obviously regards to going in the holidays, but they can be even more expensive. And I'll get into that when we get to number 1, because if anyone knows basically how you can stay at Disney and what the situation can be, you basically can change your room type, you can change the type of stay that you're doing, and you can make it more expensive if you wanted to. And someone might be listening to this thinking, I just want to go to the most expensive and the most grand place there is. Well, you could absolutely do that. Whether or not it fits your budget, I don't know. That's absolutely fine. But we could all dream, and that was my point. And also, don't come for me. So, if you know that there's a more expensive hotel somewhere, I can only go off the list that I've seen. I can only go off the ones that have come up when I've done this search a few places, and it seems to be fairly consistent. But you know what? It is what it is. Let's just let's run with it. So coming in at number 5, let's go with number 5 to start with then. So on the search that I've done, the 5th most expensive hotel in Orlando, we're going to head to a resort that so many people probably have at the top of their kind of bucket list. And I think that a lot of people have been to this resort. I think a lot of people have kind of watched videos on it, and I'll be honest, I don't see a huge amount of people actually staying there. I see a lot of people talk about it and a lot of people kind of saying that they want to go there, but I don't see many people actually do it. Tell me if I'm wrong. But this one is probably no surprise, but Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. And what a place. The styling, the styling looks stunning, doesn't it? It absolutely does. I think that, you know, ultimately, if you were looking to stay somewhere a bit different, which is one of the main things, and one of the main things with this style of resort, it's not your run of the mill. This is not a, like, obviously it is a deluxe. It's not looking for classy. It's not looking for kind of grand, if you know what I mean. What it's going for is this incredible experience, in styling and just the vibes and the feeling of the place. I think that's what the Polynesian is all about, and I think that's ultimately what people are looking for when they go to the Polynesian. Like I said, I've heard so many people talk about it. I've heard so many people kind of get into this topic about going to the Polynesian and it being kind of the dream resort and all that kind of stuff. And I feel it. I do, because it's on the list. It really, really is. I think, I'm not saying I'm going to get to stay at any of these, but, you know, you all know me by now. If I get an idea, I'll probably try and run with it. So at some point, it's probably going to happen. And, you know, I might only be lucky enough to go there for a night or two, but for me, like this is right up there. It really, really is. I'm just trying to see if I can find a bit of a blurb for you. So this is a little blurb I'm going to read. I don't know how good this is, but it says, palm-lined pathways, a white sand beach, and a nightly Polynesian luau, I hope I've said that right, evoke the feel of an island paradise. The monorail provides direct access to Magic Kingdom, located across the Seven Seas Lagoon, surrounded by lush tropical gardens and sandy beaches that create a relaxing atmosphere. Recreation includes 2 heated swimming pools, sparkling beach, marina boat rentals, and a unique children's program as well. 3 restaurants, including the delectable Kona Cafe, 4 lounges, and a wide range of dining. I mean, yeah, what else have you got? Spirit of Aloha dinner show, which is a family-style South Seas feast. And then, you know, like you can relax on the white sandy beach looking out at the Cinderella Castle. Incredible. Like, absolutely incredible. And this is coming in at £3,728 per person for this 2-week stay. I mean, I was about to say I think it's worth it. I don't have the money to do it, if I'm honest with you, but it does look absolutely unreal. But we keep rolling, we keep moving on, we keep moving. And like I said, you know, all of these could be more expensive depending on what room you pick, but we're going to keep going. Next one that we are coming into is Disney's Wilderness Lodge. So Wilderness Lodge, let's have a little look at what the blurb reads on this one. Again, stunning. Absolutely stunning. So, retreat to the Great Northwest. The majesty and grandeur of the Great American Northwest echo throughout this mountain retreat. Bubbling springs, authentic Native American carvings, and inspiring decor with a massive lobby fireplace reflect the historical national park lodges of yesteryear. Scenic wonders abound, from specially themed restaurants to an amazing geyser faithfully shooting water 12 stories high every hour. I mean, like, I'm just looking at pictures of it. Like, this place looks unreal, doesn't it? Again, like, we've all gone past it, and it just looks stunning. It really does. And I think that this kind of leans a bit like Polynesian. This has got that theming. It's got that theming to it. And you know, I'm sure there's rooms that kind of going to look fairly standard, but it's that ambiance, it's that feel of the whole place. It's going to be special. I think an absolutely spectacular kind of place. And I mean, price wise, it is coming out at £4,056 per person. So we're kind of going up by what, like £250 each time, there or thereabouts. Yeah. So we're basically hopping up by about 250 quid to Disney's Wilderness Lodge. I'm just gonna see if I can find another blurb for it. So let's have a little look. This is what Disney's actual official blurb is on the website. This says, escape to the rustic majesty of America's Great Northwest. Inspired by turn-of-the-century national park lodges, Disney's Wilderness Lodge celebrates American craftsmanship and honors the beauty of the untamed wilderness. Soak in the splendor of great outdoors, from nature trails through pine forest to rocking chairs that overlook a murmuring creek. Inside, discover towering totem poles, headdresses, and more, and enjoy the rustic elegance of the stone hearth and roaring fireplace. I mean, it's mad. It is an unreal looking resort. I'm just trying to see what dining opportunities there are in now. I'm not really sure, to be quite honest with you. Let's just have a little look at dining. So you've got 4 dining options from what I can see. So you've got Whispering Canyon Cafe. So this is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's the kind of skillet family style. We've got Geyser Point Bar and Grill, which is lunch, dinner, and bar service. Toast to a stunning sunset featuring sweeping lake views at this beautiful waterfront bar and grill. I mean, looks unreal. Roaring Fork, which is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And placate your hunger. This is what it says. Placate your hunger pangs in a flash with fast and easy fare available for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then the final one is the Territory Lounge, where you can enjoy craft brews, regional wines, specialty coffees, and artisanal appetizers at this log cabin themed lounge. Like, I'm a bit in awe, to be honest with you. I'm looking at it and I am just thinking, like, what a place. Like, what a stunning looking place. This has got to be right up there. I'm intrigued to know if anyone's been there. A lot of people have been there, but do you know what I mean? Like, if anyone stayed there and what their experience kind of was, because, you know, obviously this is, you know, one of the more expensive options in terms of what you can do and go to. Oh, there is another dining option. We've got Storybook Dining at Artist Point with Snow White. So this is a character dining experience that includes a meal featuring Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I've never heard of this. This is bad. But at the same time, it's probably not the kind of thing I'm looking for. So I don't know. But it, like, as a resort, like, absolutely incredible. There's no two ways about it, to be quite honest with you. Next up on the list, then, coming in at number 3, we have got Bay Lake Tower at Disney's Contemporary Resort. I mean, we all know the Contemporary. We've all been through it on the monorail, but this is over at the Bay Lake Tower, and oh my God. Like, I am looking at some pictures and this place looks out of this world. It looks absolutely unreal. It's coming out at £4,112 per person. Again, could be more expensive. I can't see anything cheaper, to be fair. But yeah, £4,112. And let's find a little blurb on this one for you. So this is what reads on the Disney website. It says, warm luxury meets modern elegance at this lakeside resort hotel located in walking distance to Magic Kingdom. Delight in studios and multi-bedroom villas, kitchens or kitchenettes, and dramatic views that may include old growth cypress trees, the shimmering Bay Lake, the lush courtyard, or Cinderella's castle. Enjoy enchanting pools and award-winning dining, plus the extensive offerings of Disney's Contemporary Resort, connected by the convenient Skyway Bridge. I mean, I'm just looking at this. This place looks stunning. Let's have a little look at the dining options, shall we? Dining options. We have got a place called California Grill. So treat yourself to an award-winning culinary experience and an epic vantage point for dinner. What are the views? Like, you will probably know this, and I'm saying this like an absolute idiot right now. So what is the view? I mean, you seem to be able to get a firework. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, so via private elevator, ascend to the 15th floor of Disney's Contemporary Resort, where you'll discover exquisite panoramic views of the Shimmering Lagoon, Floridian Woodland, and Cinderella's Castle. I've just seen a picture, and oh my God. Inside, enjoy the charged atmosphere of the lively on-stage kitchen, where chefs combine global flavors in deliciously inventive new ways. California Grill offers one of the best firework dining experiences at Walt Disney World Resort. Lights dim as the music is piped into the restaurant, immersing guests in the magic of the night. Please note that fireworks may be cancelled due to inclement weather. It looks mad. So this is Californian cuisine, celebrates fresh seasonal ingredients and the international melting pot culture of the Golden State. The chef de cuisine creatively blends new flavors, textures, and techniques delivered in a 3-course selection menu. So you basically get the choice of an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert, and it is $89 per person. To be honest with you, if you get that view, I would pay that $89 in a heartbeat because it looks stunning. Like, I'm telling you, if you get a chance to look at this, and I can't believe I've only just come across this, really. But if you get an opportunity to have a little look, this looks ridiculous. I'm gonna have to go and watch a video on this in a minute because this looks absolutely wild. Unreal. Yeah, absolutely unreal. What else have we got in terms of dining options as I'm swooning over this? So you've got California Grill Lounge. There's Chef Mickey's, which is in the actual main Contemporary Resort. Contempo Cafe, Steakhouse 71, Contemporary Grounds, which is a coffee place, Cove Bar, Outer Rim, and the Sandbar. So there's loads of options. But yeah, I mean, the Bay Lake Tower and Contemporary Resort as a whole just look stunning. They look absolutely amazing. I mean, if you want that kind of immersive Disney experience of kind of having all of this stuff, like, you know, being able to see the castle, see the fireworks from the resort, like, I think this is ticking a lot of boxes, to be quite honest with you. Anyway, I'm going to move on because I'm going on about that one a little bit. So coming in at number 2, and this might be a shock, this might not be a shock to some people, but coming in at number 2 is Disney's Animal Kingdom, and specifically Jambo House for this quote that I've managed to find myself. This is coming in at £4,282 per person. And I mean, where do I start with Animal Kingdom Lodge? Like, I loved it. Honestly, what a place! What an absolutely incredible place. And I will go back there. And I appreciate. Obviously, I've changed my booking. I'm not going to Animal Kingdom Lodge for my August trip now, which is, you know, is understandable and fair enough. So I'm, you know, I will get back there. I will go there at some point. That is without a doubt. When the time's right, I will return. But it was an absolutely unbelievable place, unbelievable experience. And I mean, just being able to see the animals and just be amongst it, that smell, just stunning. And those dining options, obviously, I talked about them before, but you've got options such as Boma, Jico, Sonar. I mean, I've obviously talked a lot about Sonar. I loved it. I'm going to be heading back to Sonar at some point. I'm absolutely sure of that as well. I've got to go and give it another go because I loved it. I had a great experience and it was a wonderful meal. But at the same time, I was so full up from Roundup Rodeo that day that maybe I didn't get the most out of it as well. I would have liked to have eaten more in the actual restaurant itself to be able to like fully like get immersed in the experience, because I was still quite full up. I'm not gonna lie. and I obviously still managed to eat quite a bit and managed to get it down me. But at the same time, I just think what a resort, what an absolutely incredible place. And anyone who's been there will know Animal Kingdom Lodge is special. It is a special place, and it was on my list for a long time as a dream of somewhere to experience, and just to have the opportunity to go to this incredible hotel. And I feel so lucky to have done that, even for a night. And at some point, I will return. I'm telling you all that. So anyway, that is Animal Kingdom Lodge, and it's going to lead us to number 1. And number 1, this is probably going to come as no shock because we've all seen this place. We've all seen it. I've hinted at it a couple of times, and it's the Grand Floridian. I mean, just what a place! Like the styling, the look of it, the absolute, like, just the vibes of this place. I've watched it on many videos, and I've never stepped foot in there, and I want to. I really do, and I think that the moment I do, I am going to be absolutely sold. I am going to be like, I need to stay in this place. I really, really do, and I hope at some point, I'm sure I will. I'm absolutely sure of it. And as we all do, we manifest these things, don't we? We manifest these ideas. We know what we want to do. We want to try and, get the opportunity to go to all of these amazing places. But Grand Floridian is right at the top of that list. So let's have a little look at the blurb for the Grand Floridian from Disney themselves. What is it they say? Victorian elegance meets modern sophistication at this lavish Disney resort hotel. Unwind outdoors, indulge in a luxurious massage, and watch evening fireworks light up the sky over Cinderella's castle. Just one stop to Magic Kingdom Park on the complimentary resort monorail. This timeless Victorian style marvel evokes Palm Beach's golden era. And I mean, anyone who's seen this knows that this place, it is just, this is luxury. It's luxury. It is just pure class, isn't it? It is a classy looking place. It looks clean. It looks fresh. Let's have a look at the dining options. You've got a few. Let's have a little look at what actual restaurants are on offer. So you've got Cresitos, if I've said that right. Sorry if I butchered it. Experience a gastronomic indulgence in a whimsical setting inspired by Mary Poppins Returns, which is pretty cool. Narcissus, I could have butchered this as well. Dine in a waterfront setting with freshly caught seafood and fabulous views of the Seven Seas Lagoon. Grand Floridian Cafe, which is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Enchanted Rose, which is bar service. Steal away to a setting inspired by Beauty and the Beast with cocktails, exquisite appetizers, and elegant fairy tale ambience. Gasparilla Island Grill, which is breakfast, lunch, and dinner, where you can enjoy hot breakfast, flatbreads, and sandwiches at a casual restaurant. You've got beaches, pool bar, and grill, so you can sip refreshing cocktails and enjoy classic American snacks at this laid-back bar on the beach. Courtyard pool bar, so you've got park yourself poolside at this tropical oasis while enjoying signature cocktails, a salad or a selection of wraps. You've got 1900 Park Fair. Enchant your little ones with a tea party or buffet in a carousel-themed dining room hosted by Disney characters. Citricos Lounge. Stop by this lounge for a glass of wine. You've got Garden View Tea Room. Give props to your pinky finger with dainty teacups and darling tea cozies at this traditional tea room. Victorian Albert's, which a lot of you probably have seen. You've got Victoria Albert's and Victorian Albert Chef's Table Dinner. So you can basically, this is the proper expensive one, isn't it? This is, I kind of want to know how much it is. You've got Victorian Albert's Queen Victoria Room Dinner. How much is this? And what is it? I've watched a Tim Dracker video on this ages ago, but it's been a while. Oh my god. Okay, so it's $375 per person. And then if you have the optional wine pairings, it's $210 on top of that. You're paying nearly $600 for a meal. How many meals are worth $600? I don't know. Having never done it, I don't know. Obviously not done it. Oh my god, this looks mad. I'm gonna read the little blurb. It said, amid a setting of refined elegance, come dine in the grand tradition of a bygone era. Queen Victoria's room is a splendidly secluded retreat within Victorian Albert's at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa. Set behind frosted glass doors, this richly appointed space features a glowing fireplace, delicate embroidery, lace details, and artwork showcasing European royalty. It's an idyllic venue for special occasions or romantic dinners, accommodating no more than 8 guests per night. So this is proper, this is a bit special, isn't it? With the melodious strains of live harp music as a soothing backdrop, and our expert wait staff attending to your every request, is an elevated experience from beginning to end. I'm kind of sold, but to be fair, I probably wouldn't be that interested in the food. I don't know if they do chicken tenders. I'm totally joking. This looks nuts. But anyway, I've gone on about this far too much as well. So yeah, you've got, amazing dining opportunities at the Grand Floridian. And just as a hotel, this just looks a different level. It looks absolutely just top tier. And the thing is, I said earlier that you basically can make all of these experiences even more expensive. Well, you can, because there is a thing, and some of you may know this and some of you may not, there is a thing called Club Level. So with Club Level at Disney, you basically get extra perks. You basically get food included, you get a concierge, I'm trying to think what else you get. You get a lot of stuff. You basically get waited on. So you got all of this, and you basically get drinks, alcoholic drinks, all of that kind of stuff included. So this is a very much all-inclusive kind of experience, and you are treated so as well. So, but with that comes a price. So for club level, okay, in a deluxe king room at the Grand Floridian, the price that I have come up with is £8,273 per person before even getting to Orlando. I mean, like, it's ludicrous money. Let's be real. Like, go buy a new car for that. But at the same time, if you've got the money, then you do you. You know what I mean? Like, if this is a once in a lifetime and you're going for it, then absolutely you go for it. Like, I'll back you. I'm all about spending your money. But honestly, like, this place looks absolutely incredible. And I know a few of you have stayed there. I know a few of you have gone, right, let's get a night in at the Grand Floridian. And I love that. I've got so much time for it. I've got so much time for, like, kind of making your dreams come true, you know? And that's kind of what I was saying at the start. This list isn't like, it's not a brag if anyone's been to any of these. It's not a brag. Like, that's not what this is. It's not a flex. What it is there's these amazing places at the most incredible place on earth where there's this opportunity to potentially experience, you know, a stay in just a different level and a different kind of, in a different way. And, you know, we all get very, very consumed with the rides, the parks, but some of these hotels are so grand, so deluxe, so refined, so themed that we shouldn't lose sight of the fact that going to Orlando as an experience beyond just the parks can be beyond magical. And these are life experiences. And, you know, it's funny because I'm saying this on the flip side of the coin. I'm saying this on the flip side of the coin in terms of, in the first episode, I talked about the cheapest ways to basically get to Orlando, which is the most realistic way, isn't it? It's the most realistic way for all of us to get out to Orlando, to experience the parks and to experience Orlando as a whole. But then there is the flip side of that. There is the flip side of the getting out there to, let's get everything out of this experience. I am going to go all out. I am going to do everything I can to make this the most magical experience. And you know, I'd say treat yourself. Like, if you get an opportunity to do 1-2 nights at any of these places, I would tell anyone to do it, because I don't think you'll ever regret it. I genuinely don't. I don't think that you would go to one of those 5 hotels and go, I really regret going there, because I just don't think it'll happen. I think that ultimately you're going to have a fantastic time at any of them. I think they're all stunning. So I hope this has been fun. That was the main thing. Like, it's not about the price. It's not about, you know, it's not about that, but it's a bit of a laugh to hear how ridiculous the prices can be. And I appreciate that for some of these kind of things, it probably feels quite unattainable. But at the same time, you know, there are things like, you know, DVC options. There are options like that where potentially stays like this do become a bit more realistic. They do become more feasible. And if you're only doing them for 1 or 2 nights, like, you know, every now and then, they can be doable. So, you know, if you get the chance to do it, I would implore anyone to give it a go and just go and treat yourself. And ultimately, the number one is going to be to get to Orlando. Let's not lose sight of that. Like, obviously, getting to Orlando is always going to be the main thing, the main priority. You know, that's what we're trying to do. But if you're in a fortunate position where you get to go and spend any time in any of these resorts, do it. I'm telling you. So I'm very excited. I think that, you know, in some of my coming trips, I definitely want to do a bit more exploring around the hotels, because it's not something that I've done a lot. And a little bit to back up kind of my point, I've been very much on the side of the coin of, I just want to get to Orlando. I just want to get out there. I just want to experience it. I just want to be in the parks and do rides and your room somewhere to sleep. And to an extent, I agree with all of that. And that has always been my view and my case. But at the same time, there is the flip side, like I've just said. And the more that I see places like, you know, these incredible Disney resorts and watch videos on them and read up about them and kind of like become immersed by the experiences that you could have in them, it really starts to tempt me. It really does. But I'm not saying that's going to happen anytime soon. I'm not being cryptic. I'm not saying that it is on the cards. But at the same time, if I did get the opportunity to go to any of these, I would be absolutely over the moon. I'm over the moon going to an all-star. Like, I'm over the I was about to say I'm over the moon going to a Rosen Inn. I'm over the moon that I'm in Orlando. I'm not saying I'm buzzing to be at the Rosen, but do you know what I mean? I'm buzzing to be at the actual hotel, like in Orlando, enjoying Orlando, my favorite place on earth. So I hope this episode's been good fun. I hope it has. And like, if you get the opportunity just to go and have a little look, watch a video on any of these, like, and just go and have a little look, whether or not it's a Tim Tracker, a Mr. Morrow, a Carl Pallo, it doesn't matter, like, you know, and there might be a lot of UK vloggers who have gone to a lot of these places as well. Like, go and have a little look at some of these amazing views, incredible restaurants. This is a massive plug for Disney, by the way, and like, I'm not getting anything from this. I'm just saying it because I love it. So thank you all so much for listening. I hope you've loved this. I've loved it so much. This has been great fun. And I will speak to you all in the next one.